I never thought I'd be doing a Blahzil at this World Cup about not just a defeat for the host nation, but a humiliation for the host nation as Germany beat Brazil by 7 goals to 1, and that one was a late consolation. It was, I think, quite possibly the most extraordinary night's football that I've ever witnessed, in the sense that it was a result that you could never possibly imagine in a million years. Yes, if going into this World Cup and during the World Cup, Germany were beating all teams before them and scoring 4-5 in every game, but it wasn't like that. People were saying there were question marks against the Germans, possibly against their back four, and at times they were vulnerable to the counter-attack, playing a high line, etc., etc. But it was just astonishing, really. It wasn't, and it's hard to know really whether to give massive praise to the Germans for their performance or to criticise the Brazilians for their incompetence. And the truth is, you've got to do a bit of both, really. I thought the Germans were brilliant right from the word go, although you must say that for opening 10 minutes, actually Brazil started quite well, and it was end-to-end, if you'll recall, but that seems an awfully long time ago. But after that, we saw that most astonishing 18 minutes in probably World Cup history for a team. Germany to beat a team. It's not just, it's not a small nation. We're talking Brazil here. Brazil, the host nation, right here, and it's very quiet, I must say, here as well. So it was one of the most incredible things I've ever witnessed. It was just almost as though they just completely collapsed after the first goal went in, especially after the second, and they scored some, 5 goals in 18 minutes in a match of this magnitude is simply beggars belief, really. But we saw it, and the Germans, you have to give them an enormous amount of credit. Played brilliant football. They pressed Brazil. They'd spotted their weaknesses in the defensive line. Obviously, they massively missed Thiago Silva, massively missed Neymar. But could 2 players have made that much difference to a side under those circumstances? Possibly Silva more than Neymar, because no striker could have turned those around. But it was a night of I suppose incredulity in many ways, really. And you felt sorry not for the Brazilian players as well. It wasn't one of those nights where you just thought, well, it serves them right, they were arrogant or whatever. They just, it was just all too much for them. They just lost their way, lost their heads, got out of position and made a real hash of it. And the Germans capitalised on that in true German style, in great professionalism. And some great play as well, and it's important to remember that. Some of the goals are beautiful moves, making the most of, the weaknesses of the Brazilian back four. But there were some great moves as well by Germany, and it's hard to see them getting beaten by either of the other 2 semi-finalists now. Coming off the back of that, imagine the confidence that a victory like that gives you going into the final. Also, they get an extra day's rest going into that final than either Holland or Argentina will. So you have to fancy them very strongly to win. I tipped Argentina from the start, but I don't give them much chance even to get past Holland now, to be perfectly honest. I think it's the Germans' wait, and it's been a long wait by their standards, 24 years since their last World Cup. I think it's about to come to an end.